What's the big idea? What's the big idea? What's the big idea? There's a whole world of people out there who are literally designing the future. I'm Billy Jonas, and this is the Bam Boom Room. This is my home creation station, my home studio in the basement of our home in Asheville, North Carolina. Today is January 13th, and it is the beginning of my creative digging in with a song that I'm making. This is really, really big. This is expansive. This is about nurturing a healthy connection between community and world and nature and urban environments and commerce, and how do we make it all flow together? Building the future. How do we put our heart and soul into creating the future that we want to see, having respect for the earth and having and honoring every object that we come in contact with as a voice that deserves to be heard. Since the beginning of my music career, I've always played on recycled instruments, on found objects, on things that connect me to the earth and to the world around me, and inspire the audience to do the same thing. So this is how I write a song. I either hear a sound and it suggests a rhythm or something that I want to play with, or I hear a phrase and I begin on a lyrical tack, or I get a call from someone like the American Society of Landscape Architects who throw down a gauntlet and say, here's what we need, and then I go, oh.
Somebody's got to fix it, let's change it. Somebody's got to change it, let's fix it.
I'm going to just see what percolates, just playing with words and phrases, letting it flow. That's how I write a song.
What's the fuss? The landscape architects.
I presented the idea of the big idea to the American Society of Landscape Architects, and they like it. They don't know if that's the title. They're not sure about that, even though I think it's the title, but we'll see what happens.
What's the big idea?
So the folks at the American Society of Landscape Architects got together just this week, and they talked about the versions I'd sent them, and I sent them 5 different melodies in 2 different styles. There was a jazz version and a hip-hop version, and they chose hip-hop version 4. So that's what we're going to do today.
Big idea.
And I want them to shout something back to me. What's the big idea? Where's the light? What's the big idea? A new design. What's the big idea? It's building time. They didn't like building time. I get that because the landscape architect is less about building, and they don't want to confuse the matter. So now it's the last sentence, the big idea, now's the time, which is like a call to action, which I actually like better. I've invested a lot of energy into it, and the job of the artist is to let it go, you know. So I put all this focus and energy, I've walked with it, I've dreamed about it, looking for a way to inspire people to interact with the natural world and lift it up and celebrate that connection. Take a deep breath. Let's make a really fun video that just is filled with joy.
Ready?
We need a landscape architect.
Let me tell you about the 2 new kids in town, Mary Lee and Lou. Here's what they found: a lot of empty lots with lots of needs, piles of rubble, trash and weeds. So they wondered how to get so out of whack. What's the big idea? Let's bring it back. They plotted and they planned and sketched and schemed and walked and talked it out, drew and dreamed a big idea.
Make things right.
A big idea.
Where's the light?
What's the big idea?
New design.
It's a big idea.
Now's the time. What happened next? Yeah. Tell us the story.
Well, they knew they had to get permission first from the mayor, so they told their plan to her. The mayor shook her head and said,
Not yet.
we'll need a landscape architect. Not a regular architect who draws up plans using glass and steel so buildings stand.
No,
you'll be using rocks and plants and hills. You need a landscape architect to fulfill this big idea.
Make things right.
This big idea.
Where's the light?
What's the big idea.
New design.
It's a big idea.
Now's the time.
Time in, time out. Time inside, outside. What it's all about. Time out. Time in, time outside, inside. Let's begin. Mary Lee and Lou said, what's the fuss? The landscape architects are us. We got inspiration strong and clear. Got the vision and the plans right here. For the big idea to wind its way through the world that's found and the world that's made. Let it harmonize through space and time. Take trees and buildings and make them rhyme.
Make them rhyme.
Well, the mayor took a look and said, let's start. Mary Lee and Lou made a work of art. Gardens in a park with paths and lakes and a solar roller coaster, for goodness sake.
roller
Took the big idea across the land. Everybody dancing hand in hand with the natural world in harmony and peace and love and unity. That's the big idea. Make things right, the big idea. Where's the light? That's the big idea. New design, it's a big idea.
Now's the time.
What's your big idea?
Make things
What's
right.
your big idea?
Where's the light?
What's your big idea? New design, it's a big idea. Now's the time.
We need a landscape architect.